Look at the sea of mint. This is absolutely crazy. And it's fresh, and it's green, and it's beautiful, and it's all growing. And I don't know if you can see that little lizard. There it is. So this is the time for them to come out, bask in the sun. So I think it's probably going to run now once it sees the fawn. There it is. Bye bye. A climber that I bought this year, and what I did was that I didn't put it in the ground because I'm not really sure where it should go. So I have planted it up in the pot, and this was a bare root rose, and now as you can see it's sprouted leaves, and it's really beautiful. So I have three of them, actually, three of these climbers. So I'm going to leave them in the pot until I know where I can plant. So this rose, I don't know if you remember this. This is the old Wallerton Hall, and it was barely in leaf 3 weeks ago, and that's when, or maybe even 4 weeks ago. But that's when I tied it up. I tidied it, untied the old branches, and then re-tied them to, because this is a climber. So I re-tied them, and now as you can see, this has put on a very beautiful growth. So, and it's got a good shape. I'm quite happy with it, and let's see how it blossoms. So this one's again a kind of a mixed area, and I absolutely actually really like such mixed areas, because I don't like it if things are too tidy and neat and in place. And as you can see, I have some roadside weeds growing here, and they're beautiful, and the bees and the little insects, they love it. And then I don't mind having these pretty flowers. I mean, why not? Nothing needs to be very neat and clean. But I just wanted to point out this area. So we've got these tulips that I had planted there. I'd actually moved the bulbs from another part of the garden and put them here, and that's why I have this little stick to mark where I had put them in. But now you see they have bloomed, and it's very beautiful. I'm trying to think which one this is, so I have to check the name. This could be the Menton, I'm not really sure, but then in between the tulips, so I have these beautiful poppies, and you can't see them now, but let's see if I can kind of show you where the bud is. No, it's holding tight, so you can't really see it, but the stem of the flower is going to grow from the middle, and these are the beautiful poppies. So I have them everywhere, and as you see, there is one quite a tall one, and then I have the mint, and that's like the undergrowth of this entire area. And now this part, so that's the penny. Oops, sorry, need to move this down. That's the penny. So this one's doing quite well, and I'm very happy to see this. And I think this is the Couronne d'Or, which is the white one, and I have three. And what I've done is that I have these metal supports that I bent, actually. I bent them and made them. These are just the rods you use for building purposes, but then I bought them from the hardware store, and there is a trick that Monty Don has shown how to make plant supports using these building materials, and I think they're quite useful. So as you can see, this is a beautiful plant, and it's growing, and then let me show you the other one, the Serra Berna. That's the one there, and you see, and I have a lot of the scented leaf geranium here. This is going to be great for all kinds of flower bouquets and arrangements, and the mint, the fresh green mint, and then that's another one, the Duchess de Nemours. That's the one, another beautiful penny. So I didn't have any new bulbs planted this year, or for this year. I didn't plant them last year. See, these are all the old bulbs from last year, but I think they're doing quite well. This is a parrot tulip, and it's looking beautiful. It's not very high though, but remember, every time you cut tulip and put them in water, they do increase in size, so you have to keep that in mind when you're making some arrangements. And on the other side, I had some white parrots as well, and now they are gone, And at the end I have a couple of the, I think they are the Cancer Sprout, and then I have some in the front as well. So that's basically the tulips that I have. This side, some of the Rununcs have come out, not all of them, but as you see there is a sweet pea growing quite strong. This is from last year. I have put out the new sweet peas. I'm going to put out some more along these supports, so then we have some sweet peas growing for this year. I was not sure if I should show you this part of the garden, which is completely wild and I haven't taken care of it at all for this year, but I thought that, yeah, why not? But because even in this real chaos and wilderness, there is still an inherent beauty. And let me show you all the things that are actually already happening. So I have a couple of these yellow tulips, and they look beautiful, and they face the sun. This is so unbelievable. And then I have two tulips at the back. You can see them. It's a bit dark magenta color, and they have a lovely, lovely, lovely shape. I can get closer to that. I can show you. You see that? That's a beautiful tulip. And then I have these white weeds. I'm not really sure what these are. A lot of grass growing in between. And then this is going to be a poppy. And I think that's going to be the Shirley's mix, because that's what was there in this bed last year. And so I think the thing to do would be just to clean up a little bit. This one didn't work out. This I had replanted the avocado plant, but I think it didn't like the new spot, so that's dead. So I need to take that out. And then on this edge I have an edging with the Achilles. That's the red berry one. So that's going to be beautiful once it blooms. And as you see, the older growth needs to be taken off because that's dead. That's no good. So once I remove that, and then you can see the fresh green growth below, and that's what's going to give the flowers. So I'll have lots of them, so that makes me quite happy. And then there is another tulip there, one there. Yeah, and then there are lots of poppies. I'm hoping these are the Shirley's mix. And then, but the point is to clean up. But the point is also to show you that not everything needs to be perfect in the garden in order to be beautiful. So this part has the mint and the freesias growing, and it smells absolutely fabulous. But this is almost on its way out now. So as you see, it's over. But I am still going to leave them in because it smells absolutely gorgeous in the sun. And every time you just brush past them, they have a lovely smell. And then in between the mint, I think they look lovely. I'm hardening off some of the sweet peas. So they were growing in the greenhouse, and I took them out for them to be outside, just to get used to the outside temperatures. But some of them have been eaten a little bit, nibbled upon, but that's fine. This is a darker one, so I'm going to plant them out in the next side. I'm hardening off the Cosmos, but I am going to plant up new trays. These are the Tall Sensations, so they can pretty much go in the garden also in the next. Let me show you what's happening in the greenhouse. So we have one tray of stock, one tray of the Cappuccina, so that's the nasturtium, but not all of them have sprouted. Some have. This is the really nice red big flowery one. That is the Snapdragon, so that's doing quite well. And these are some plants that I have bought from a nursery. I would like to divide them to plant them up. So we've got the catmint, I think that's what it's called, I'm not sure. The Neptia, exactly. And then there is the Delphinium, and there are some Campanulas, which is where? Here, there it is, exactly. So it's all going to be lovely. That's a Salvia, this one, there it is. Smells wonderful every time you brush against it. So yeah, so the point is to to divide them up and put them out. And this one I've taken cuttings of the scented leaf geranium. Now I might need to put this in shade because this is too much sun, and that shouldn't be the case. They should have some, but not a lot of sun. The little vegetable bit where I had put the onions in, the sets of onions there, and that's doing quite well. And now here we have the potatoes, but of course I need to pile up the soil here, because once the potatoes have their leaves, that's what you need to do. You need to put soil on the top and just keep on heaping it up until it's ready to be harvested. And this is the almond tree. I just wanted to show you the number of almonds that's growing on the tree. This is going to be an almond year. We're going to have a magnificent harvest this year. As you can see, it's full of almonds. Just gonna go in the tree. I don't know if you can see them. It doesn't go up close, but there it is.